Hey folks, stick with me till the end of the video. I'm going to show you the results. I'm going to show you some pictures of this site 3 weeks from now after I've shown you this little secret. Well, good day folks. Welcome to the MB Wildman channel. On today's video, just a real quick tip, a real quick video, something that you can do if you've got a deer spot and you're all set up and you're getting ready to hunt, something you can do pre-season, before season, that can really help you be successful during that hunt, especially in the first few weeks of the hunt, first couple of weeks of the hunt. So listen, if you haven't yet subscribed to the Wildman channel, we sure would appreciate it. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like the content we're putting up, go ahead and hit that bell. You'll get notified when we upload new stuff. So again, just real quick, just something that I like to do in a couple of different areas. And this has worked before. And I know you're going to think, some of you are going to think you're crazy. And others are going to think, oh yeah, I do this all the time. What I like to do in a couple different areas, so I'm in a spot here. This is a spot that I've taken a deer before, and I've got a couple of nice bucks on camera last year. So we're in here again. We've got a setup going on. So I've got this old stump that I use back here, and I've got that old stump right there that I use. Tree stand is right over that way, about 90 yards, 95 yards. So I'm just in a little clearing here. It's a pretty good activity. There is a stream over this, so I got water. I got everything I need that we talk about for setting up a good deer spot. And I've got an area that the deer had been coming to my salt and my homemade deer cane and all of those things at last year. So we're in here now, and we've been in here for about, I think I set this camera about 3 weeks ago. So there has been some deer activity here before right now, which is good. I don't know what yet. I haven't really taken a look. But one of the things that I like to do, especially if I think I'm going to hunt this spot during the actual gun season or the bow season, is that I like to, at least 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the year, I like to add a special ingredient to my site, to my spot. Now, I don't like to keep it here. And I'll tell you why in just a second. There's a reason that I only add it every now and then. It's almost like a special treat. And the deer will be able to be like, oh, okay, they'll come and they'll consume and they'll be able to eat that treat, get that treat, but it's not here all the time. Why don't I put it here all the time? Well, because I live in New Brunswick, the land of black bears, right? So because we have so many bears in the area, every area, as far as I can tell, you have to really limit what you put out for deer. Otherwise, you're just going to get a swarm of bears that will take over your spot. Another issue that we've got here in New Brunswick, or that I've found recently, is that you can get whole big herds and families of raccoons that can move into a spot if you start using a sweet bait or a food bait looking for deer. Okay, so yak, what are we talking about? Here we go. 3 times. I'm going to do this 3 times. I'm going to do it once right now. This is 1st of July. This is actually July 2nd. So I'm going to do it the 1st of July. I'm going to do it about the middle of August. So I'm going to wait about 6 more weeks and do it again. And then probably the week before, either the week before season, or depending on when I'm going to be able to hunt, like depending on my work schedule, it depends on if I can get out that first week or not. So whenever I know I'm going to get a 2 or 3 or 4 day stretch in a row that I'm going to be able to hunt, I'm going to do this maybe a couple of days before. But the deer will already have seen it 2 times before. And it's super simple, it's super easy, and it's a classic thing to do. So here we go. I go to the dollar store, I kid you not. I go to the dollar store and I buy 2 pounds. Well, actually, these are 400 grams, whatever that equals. Basically 2 bags, like this size, of roasted, salted peanuts in the shell. Now, there's something about, they need to be salted. I've tried this with the ones that you can buy bulk at the grain stores, and it doesn't really work as well. So all I do is I literally buy 2 bags of these. These are $1 a piece. So I got $2 into this 3 times a year, right? And these are salted peanuts in the shell. Okay? So they smell a little bit like salt, but there's nothing to them, right? They're just regular salted peanuts in the shell, okay? I don't do this all the time, because if I did this all the time, I'd have every squirrel, bear, and raccoon on the planet in here, and I'd have 8 million pictures of nothing I really want to look at. I take a few, just like I'm doing, I take a few, and I scatter them around, not too far, just a little bit. And what you'll see, I'm going to show you some pictures. what you'll see is that the deer will come in and they will pick those up all around. And then I'm going to put a little pile, a little concentrated pile, right here around my main focus. This stump is the main focus of my camera. So I put a little pile right there as well of these peanuts in the shell. Deer this is a super special treat for deer. Now, I know that some of you are thinking, oh, all you're going to do is drive bears in here. You're going to have your place right full of bears. And I might have some. There will be some bears in here that will come in and they will eat some of these peanuts up and whatnot. But when the deer come in, they're going to find little pieces of shell. They're going to find that smell of that salted peanut. And there's already salt here. So it's not like salt's the big treat. But they do love the peanuts in the shell. I've tried this with peanuts not in the shell, like bulk peanuts that you can buy like at the bulk barn and places like that. It's an absolute bear magnet. I have yet to see any significant deer in a spot where I've used peanuts outside of the shell. But for some reason, these salted peanuts in the shell, they are a deer magnet. By the time you're ready to hunt in September, October, I guess October, not September. By the time you're ready to hunt in October, they're not attracted. They don't want the mineral anymore. They're all done growing. So they're not in here for that homemade deer cane stuff. They're cruising, right? Looking for, looking for does or looking for food or looking for whatever they're looking for early on in the season. So you can use the peanuts the third time right before it's time to hunt. Now, call me crazy. You can go ahead and leave it in the comments. Just write it, Andrew Cole, you're an idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. There's no way that that's going to attract deer in my area. Okay, try it. I kid you not, try it. You will find that white-tailed deer are attracted to and will eat these peanuts in the shells like crazy. They will scavenge them. Anyway, this is super simple and it's not rocket science. I just wanted to share it with you. It's something I do at, some areas. Now, I don't do this at every site that I have. I guess it's just because I like to try different things and mix up different stuff. I do this at 2 or 3 different locations, but this is one of the locations where I had a pretty nice buck on camera last year, and I'm hoping he's back this year. So we'll take a look in 2 or 3 weeks and see what we've got. But I'm thinking this might be one of my kind of go-to main spots that I hunt for this year. So I am going to do it at this location. I never usually do it at new sites. I don't want to establish, like a predator, like a food population. I don't want to establish bears and raccoons and stuff coming for a food source. All my new sites are strictly salt and mineral for that very reason. Bears will wander through, but there's nothing to eat, so they'll wander out. Raccoons will wander in, they'll lick the salt, but there's nothing to eat, so they'll wander out. I don't want to establish a food source at any new spot, but that's a whole nother video. So anyway, listen, just real quick, I hope this is something that can help you out. And until next time, happy hunting from the MB Wildman channel. All right, folks, it's been 2 weeks since I laid out the peanuts as my special treat for the deer in here at this spot. Just walked in, there's hardly a peanut to be seen. There's a few little crushed shells around, but basically both of those huge bags are all cleaned up. So here are just a few pictures, guys and girls, but let me just tell you this, for the next 3 days after I was in there, that place was absolutely full of deer. There was a deer there 3 hours after I left the peanuts, and they didn't stop until most of the peanuts were all cleaned up and gone, including a nice 10-point buck that was in with 2 other smaller bucks, and he's a new buck to that area as far as I know. So anyway, just a real quick summary. The deer love peanuts, and I hope this is something you can use.